For me, ITBD Design's culture is honestly super awesome.
Well, for me, I would describe the culture at ITBD Design as a community built on trust, equal voice, and growth.
So it's a positive, supportive, and growth-focused environments that bring out the best in people.
Wherever the word collaborative comes, I always relate it with ITBD Design. Surround yourself with good, supportive people because environment truly shapes your growth.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Culture and Career Corner podcast. I'm your host, Anamika, and I'm thrilled to have you with us today. We're especially excited because we have not one, but two incredible guests joining us, Prince and Nikki. Both have been making a meaningful impact here at IT by Design through their innovation, collaboration, and exceptional service. Their unique strengths and commitment to growth truly embody what makes our culture so special. Welcome to the show, guys. So glad to have you here. Welcome, Nikki and Prince.
Thank you,
Thank
Anamika.
Okay, great. All right. So let's just, jump right into our podcast for our viewers. So let's start with Prince. Prince, can you share a bit about your career journey with ITBD? How did it all begin? And what brought you to IT by Design?
Sure, Anna. I when I first joined the ITBD, um, I started as training coordinator. But from the beginning, my work naturally moved in a different direction, and I was more focused on improving processes, building learning platforms, working with MIS, leveraging AI automations, and developing tools that made our system stronger. My journey overall with IT by Design has been full of growth and gratitude. And what made this experience special was the support I received at every stage. Whenever I wanted to learn something new or take more responsibilities, there was always opportunities. And the leadership team and management trusted me, encouraged my ideas, and gave all the resources I needed to grow. So overall, it was a truly holistic journey full of learning, experimenting, and evolving. And I'm genuinely grateful for everything, what I have learned and how much I've grown during this time.
Wow, that is so amazing, Prince. Thank you for sharing your beautiful journey with all of us. And I think it's so inspiring to hear how your journey expanded so organically and how you leaned into learning and innovation, especially AI. I know, we collaborate a lot with you all over the, AI, whatever is going on in IT by Design. And I love how you highlighted the support and trust you received because I think that truly reflects our people first culture. It's wonderful to see how that environment really helped you grow in such a meaningful way. That's amazing. Now let's move over to Nikki. Nikki, tell us about your career journey with IT by Design.
Well, my career journey with IT by Design has been incredibly rewarding. I joined the team with a strong background in client experience and operations. But over time, I found myself drawn into the world of events, programs, community building. That was something new to me, but it has been an exciting journey, definitely. My role has been serving as a project coordinator for Build It Live. That's like one of the major events that we hold annually, and now our AI programs. So these initiatives are new, fast growing, and truly transformational, not just for our partners, but also for the internal teams and other MSP leaders across the industry. Being involved in their development from planning, logistics to full execution has been like both challenging as well as inspiring. It has given me the chance to collaborate with other talented leaders, sponsors, speakers, and how these programs create real meaningful and impact and be impactful for everyone who's participating kind of adds lots of value to me as well. So definitely it's been a growing journey in every sense.
Great. I think I love that, Nikki. Your journey really highlights, how dynamic and opportunity filled IT by Design can be, right? And the way you've embraced large scale programs and help build experience that bring people together is so powerful. It's clear how much passion and intention you bring to everything that you do, with IT by Design. That's amazing. Now, let's move to our favorite part of the show, which is talking about IT by Design culture. I think which each one of us at IT by Design is so proud of. And I think this is, one of my favorite parts to really talk about the culture, because this podcast is all about talking about culture of ITBD. So let's go to Prince. Prince, how would you describe IT by Design culture?
So for me, IT by Design's culture is honestly super awesome. It's a place I look forward to come to every day because there's always something new to learn, build, or explore. I do new things every day since I have joined here. People here are very friendly, helpful, and collaborative, and yet still very professional, which makes working together easy and enjoyable. What I connect with ITBD most is the values, the happy values. So I truly resonate with them and I see those values alive in our culture every single day. So it's a positive, supportive, and growth focused environments that bring out the best in people and the best in me.
That's amazing. And I love the way you said super awesome. It's just, it just the culture. I think you just summed it up for all of us, that the culture is just super awesome. So you talked about, you highlighted our core values, right? Happy. So I know, I'm just going a little off tangent, but since you highlighted it, I would love to ask you, which is your favorite core value out of the five that we have?
So I love the first one, which is humility. That is my favorite one. I think that humility is very important. It gives an opportunity to grow within the team and learn from everyone which is present, who are present in the team, whether they are working with us or with they are working in other teams. So
And I think I have to tell you one thing, friends. I mean, we've not worked really closely together, but I can totally tell you that humility really resonates with you, because I think you're one of the most humble people that I think, I have come across. And I think, with the kudos that you get in our weekly calls, we hear that. And I think you're doing such and such an amazing job. And it's not even, I think you've completed it's been more than a year at ITBD, right?
yeah,
Now,
recently I completed 1 year.
recently, oh, happy work anniversary in that case to you.
Thank you,
It's
thank you.
amazing. Great. And many more to come. All
Yeah.
right. Great. Okay. Now let's move to Nikki. Nikki, how would you describe the culture, since you work so closely, with the marketing team? You work, at Build It. So I think there's a lot to describe about the culture, from your end, and we'd love to hear that.
Well, for me, I would describe the culture at IT by Design as a community built on trust, equal voice, and growth. From day one, you feel part of the team that genuinely wants you to succeed, not just professionally, but personally too. We are encouraged to learn, ask questions, help each other. It's collaborative. So wherever the word collaborative comes, I always relate it with IT by Design. So it's collaborative, inclusive, and there's a real momentum around getting better together. It's just not about the company growing, but each and every employee growing there. And I love that while we are doing big and ambitious things like AI programs, which I just described earlier, and global events, the foundation remains the same. That is human, being mutually respectful, empowering each other and building that connection. So that's what I feel about IT by Design.
That's amazing, Nikki. I think you captured it so beautifully. How we blend ambition with compassion, right? And I think that human connection and mutual respect really are the heartbeat of our culture, right? So it was just very beautifully captured. Thank you for sharing that. And now let's go to the life lessons. And now I would like to go to Nikki this time. And Nikki, why don't you share your top three favorite life lessons, those aha moments, that shaped you, who you are today, professionally and personally?
So the number one on the top is communication. So we have to communicate early, clearly, and with kindness. So for me, communication often matters more than the message itself. So that's one of the biggest lesson that is so many of your problems disappear when you communicate openly and respectfully. whether it's with your colleagues, your partners, or with your family. Being clear and kind prevents any sort of misunderstandings. And of course, that strengthens the relationship, because a lot of times, we keep thinking, should we talk? Should we not talk? So my way would always be like, go talk and be clear with your communication, put it across with kindness. So that's one. And a second would be, people matter more than the roles. So another biggest lesson is that, so surround yourself with good supportive people, because environment truly shapes your growth. Work becomes meaningful when you are, with the right people around you, who challenge you, uplift you, help you become better. So choose your circle wisely. And final would be progress over perfection. So when I say progress over perfection, is like, don't wait for everything to get figured out perfectly before you start working on anything. Like, even an imperfect action is a step towards progress. So move forward even if it is imperfect, and stop, like, overthinking, because any which case, those imperfect moves will make you move forward much faster than the overthinking will. So yeah, progress would create the momentum, and that momentum will definitely build confidence and drive you towards your goal. So that would be the third lesson. Yeah.
That's beautiful, Nikki. So much wisdom here today in the room, right? So communication, compassion, and progress, right? I think such timeless and grounding lessons. And I think what you said about, progress over perfection, I think it's very important for everyone to understand that, so everybody looks at the end goal, right? And everybody looks at the result, whether we won or we lost, right? And in the entire process, what I feel is that we really, forget the journey, the changes, the hardships, the changes that we went through, achieving that goal. So I think it's not important whether you win or you lose in the end. If during that journey you learned something, right, and you basically became a better version of yourself, I think that's also progress. It doesn't have to be, right, the winning or the losing. That doesn't have to determine, who you are, right? Because we don't, and I think I've seen that so many times that the focus is always on winning and losing, right? And when you sit in silo and when you talk to yourself and when you look back, you realize how much have you changed during that journey, right? So I think we completely, miss that and forget that. You were saying something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel, the actual learning that happens and what you become is what you've learned and what you've gone through that journey. It's not about how you started and how you ended. The entire, the sweetness lies in that journey.
Agreed. What you endured, right? You forget. And when you look back and when you actually just reflect and you're like, oh my God, really? I able to accomplish this? And then question yourself actually, how did I do it? Because we are so focused on the end result, whether we are winning or whether we are losing. And in that competition, right, in that competitive world and competing with others, we just forget what changes we've gone through. So I think that's beautiful, progress over perfection. Now let's go to Prince. Prince, what about your, favorite top three life lessons, those aha moments, that shaped who you are today as a person, professionally and personally?
For me, the first one would be fake it until you make it. Simply means see yourself as the person you want to become and then work consistently towards it. Confidence and mindset are the things which comes first, and then skills and success follow. Second one would be treat challenges as opportunities. So whether it's a personal setback or organizational shift, every challenge carries an opportunity. So instead of resisting change, we should lean into it. And growth happens when we push ourselves through discomfort. The third one would be embrace AI and future technologies. Don't fear from them. So the future belongs to the people who stays curious and tech enthusiast, tech ready, basically. So instead of seeing AI or any future tech which would be there as a threat, don't see it as a threat. Use it as a tool to upgrade your capabilities. save time, and become irreplaceable. So that's the three learnings.
Those are really powerful lessons, I think, Prince. And I especially love your point about leaning into discomfort. I think that's where so much growth happens. And embracing technology, of course, since we are already in a tech space, I think it's such an important reminder in the world that we are moving into with AI, right? And I think one thing that, stayed with me that actually Sunny shared is that growth, doesn't happen in comfort. You have to give up to go up. So this is something, that always stayed with me. And, whenever I am facing any obstacle or challenges, I tell myself that, Anamika, you have to actually give up to go up. You cannot have everything with you. You have to sacrifice, right? You have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to become, uncomfortable if you want to achieve that. So I think that's really beautifully, put together, Prince. Thank you for sharing that. And one more thing, also again, quoting Sunny, that, he always says that do not resist change, with whatever is happening with AI. I think the goal should be to embrace and welcome it, you know, to basically improve what we are already really good at. If we resist it, I think everybody's going to fail probably, with the competition and stuff. But I think if we embrace it and if we welcome it gracefully, I think everybody will benefit out of it, right? So that's so beautiful. And because I asked Prince Nikki about his favorite core value, what about you? What is your favorite core value?
Positivity and passion.
Wow. And would you like to tell us why?
I believe, if you have the positivity, then you can look through every problem, every situation with a lot of calmness. And when you have that positive mindness, calmness automatically comes in. And it helps you, sort through any and every problem. That's what I feel. That's why positivity is always on top. And passion, of course, if you're passionate about anything, whether that's your work or whether that's your personal, it will get you to your goal.
I totally agree. And Prince, because I know you're doing a lot of work in AI, I think more than all of us at this moment. So yeah, definitely. And everybody is aware about that. So Prince, any message that you have for our viewers today who will be watching, this podcast, that why is it important for each one of us to really embrace and welcome AI in whatever professions we are today?
So I have been using AI a lot for my task. What I feel is there are a lot of redundant tasks that AI can do for me, and there are a lot of suggestions. But with obviously a human touch and my expertise in certain fields, I'll be able to extract out the exact output from AI, because I am the subject matter expert for that technology or the task that needs to be done. So embracing AI would make me more powerful, more capable, and irreplaceable in terms of when I already am the subject matter expert for that particular topic. And if I resist AI or any future tech, then uh, maybe a person who is not subject matter expert, but he'll leverage it and become better than me. And then that would be the case. Then I will be replaced. So it is about embracing it and pushing to your limits and becoming irreplaceable. So yeah,
Yeah, because if you don't do it, somebody else will do it.
yeah. If I don't
Right.
do it, somebody else will.
If you don't embrace it, somebody else will embrace it, right? Yeah. So it's basically redefining what you're already doing right now, right?
Right.
Not replacing, but redefining.
Yeah, taking
Right?
it to the next level.
Taking it to the next level. That's amazing. And Nikki, if I have to ask you the same question, any message that you have for our viewers, on why is it important, for every one of us, irrespective of the profession, function, that we are in today, to really embrace and welcome AI?
Well, as Prince said, definitely AI, a lot of people are taking AI as a threat, but I think it's not a threat. It's an extension to your own self. It's like, you're working with two hands, but if you know AI, if you embrace AI, you're working with four hands. Definitely you are. So learn the technology, learn the skill before anybody else does, embrace it, take it as your extension, and you're like way ahead everybody else, because those are like tools, right? So if you know how to use those tools, AI, treat AI as one of the tools, not as another human. So a tool needs somebody to work, somebody to guide. So you need to become that expert guide, and then you have answers to all your questions, and you're definitely on the top.
Great, amazing. I think it's all about the mindset, right? It's all about the mindset, and it's all about how we are viewing it, right? It's absolutely, I think, on us. And I think IT by Design is doing some really great work when it comes to AI, right? Especially, I'm so proud, as a part of the community, that with the space that we are in, right? One of the very few organizations that is, putting it foot forward, in the AI space and really becoming future proof, future AI proof, I think. So many trainings ongoing, and I think so many engineers are already, getting trained on, AI. And it's just so amazing to see because, I am from the talent acquisition team, right? And when we talk to, the applicants, right, it really, takes the company's culture, the learning, the experience to absolutely on a whole different level when we explain it to the applicants that this is what IT by Design is doing. And then I'll be honest with you, the feedback that we have from the applicants when we talk to them is that, you're one of the very few companies who are taking AI to the next level with the space that we are in specifically, right? So I think that's so amazing. And we have people like you, Nikki, Prince, and so many ITBD community members who are, really contributing at the highest level to, really make the company AI ready in the future.
To add here, Anamika, it's really a pride that, like IT by Design, like, it is making sure that, all their employees none of their employees take AI as a threat. They're conducting training for each and every department, whether that's marketing, whether that's sales, whether that's the HR, whether that's operations or engineers. They're training them so well on, AI, and making sure that they take that as an extension, not a threat to them. They know how to use those tools. So that's really, kudos to IT by Design for doing that for all their employees.
Yeah, and so amazing, right, Nikki and Prince, that it is not, the trainings are not limited to just the leadership level and the executive level. That is so
True.
beautiful and amazing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's so entrepreneurial that everybody, irrespective of the level that we are working, whether it's an engineer, whether it's somebody working as an executive level in the department, everybody is getting a chance to or have access to those AI trainings. We're not just focusing on the leadership and the executive level, but every ITBD community member. I think that's really, really beautiful. That actually explains, how entrepreneurial, we are when, in terms of the way we work. That's amazing. Great. All right, Prince and Nikki, thank you so much, both of you, for joining, with all of us and sharing your journeys, insights, and wisdom. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys on the show. And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Culture and Career Corner podcast. If you enjoyed this conversation, do not forget to subscribe so you'd never miss the stories that make IT by Design what it is. We will be back soon with more inspiring voices and behind the scenes perspectives. Until next time, keep growing, stay curious, and we'll catch you soon on the next episode.